Hello riders and not. Today on my vlog is just me in my bedroom talking about my solo trip to Barcelona I did 1 year ago exactly. It's just one of the things when you do and think, what the fuck is this really happening? The reason I decided to talk about it now, because every single time I post the image from the trip on my social media, on Instagram or Facebook, I receive the questions about the trip or how did actually it happen. And I think talking about it and explaining that it wasn't a miracle and I'm not a superhuman. I have my own struggles and fears and everything, trust me. I think anyone can do it. I planned the trip about 2 weeks before. First of all, I planned to go to Portugal, but then really realized that the time that I have is not enough for me to have the trip that I will actually enjoy. And because I wanted to do a traveling, not just getting from point A to point B, I decided to go somewhere closer, looked at the map and spotted Barcelona. In fact, I've never even been to Spain, so that added an extra excitement to the trip. I posted about it on my social media and received so many replies about which way to go, which way to avoid. Actually, went the way I had to avoid because it was still snow here, but never mind. I had a question, where did I stop for night? I did not go with a tent because at first it was the idea, however, I thought, let's be realistic. I will need my shower. I will need to do my makeup in the morning. I know it sounds maybe strange for someone, but I do. I will need to dry my clothes if it is raining, and I need just to spend the night in a safe place where I don't have to worry about anything and rest. So I decided to do Airbnb. This is my favorite way of staying because you get to communicate with local people, and if you have any questions to ask. Also, I found this is the safest way to park my motorcycle. I message every single host that I plan to stay at, and straight away I said, I am traveling on a motorbike. Do you have a safe place to park it? Majority of them were so helpful. In tour, I had a couple who actually organized and brought a bottle of wine to the neighbor, so he opened the back garden for me in the evening to push the bike in and opened it in the morning to take it out. Also near Barcelona, I stayed with amazing family and had this huge garage where I could ride around to park my motorcycle. So overall it was amazing. The other question that I got a lot is how I packed all my stuff. Picture in the background of all the things that I took with me. I did took too many clothes. I didn't even use them all. I get asked about the luggage a lot. I used my tested Krieger bags. Guys, honestly, I'm not sponsored by them. Every single bag I bought myself, I don't even know that they know about me. But I absolutely love Krieger bags. I would like to combine two questions that I had into one, and it was to pick one item that made my journey easier and also what I use for navigation. And I would say for this trip, one thing I wouldn't go without it was my phone. To be more specific, I used an iPhone X, which is waterproof, and proved it because it was exposed to all the storms and all the rain and all the dirt and everything on my bars. The mount that I used was from Amazon, the one with rubber straps. I wouldn't recommend it that much because it snapped. I realized it after the trip, so it didn't last long. Also, it was fiddly to put it on and take it off sometimes. Many times I forgot to put the rubber things on, and when I stopped quickly and had to touch the screen and change something, I had to undo the corners of the rubber things because it was covering the screen. So now I've changed to quad lock, and guys, it's the best I found so far. It's just quick on and off, and if you have a waterproof phone, don't look any further. Many people asking me about the quad lock, is it safe? Now I'm riding with it all the time and everywhere, and definitely would recommend that. And if I go on the trip, and I will go on the trip again, I'll prove and I'll show that this is the best mount I found so far for the phones. I just like how quickly you can take it on and off, and I use a phone and taking photos, videos, for quickly messaging or replying to somebody who's worried about me actually. It was a day when I lost my battery bank. So I ended up somewhere in France, going just by myself with no living human being around for a few hours through the fields and country roads, with my phone slowly dying. And I remember I was looking at the beautiful sunset and thinking, please, 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 can you just go faster and just get here in time and just get somewhere to town or somewhere with people around, so you can stop and ask to charge your phone to get to my host. And I was really scared, and somebody asked me what was the hardest part of the journey. My body was sore and my body was paining on me. I was ill because of all the rain and cold I was riding through. One day I did 4 hours in constantly pouring, and my waterproof boots and my waterproof gloves got soaking wet. The trip was hard. Even though I would do this again, and I will, it was tough. It was challenging, and it was really hard. I had moments when reindeers were jumping on the road and I got so scared. I had moments where I was going down the mountain pass with nobody living around me, and it was a stream across the bend, like very steep bend, and with all that luggage and tiredness and I don't know, all this happening, I stopped and I was thinking, okay, now you just have to keep going and you can't fail in this, because I looked down the mountain. I thought, if I fall here, the birds will eat my eyes and nobody will ever find me. So getting yourself through the moments like this, and It was just so overwhelming. For me, it was very challenging. I crossed the Spain in a day. It took me 15 hours, and in that one day, I was riding in the fog, in the wind, in the rain, in the storm, in the cold, and at the very last stretch, it was a roadworks on the motorway. My goggles were fogging. I had to take them off, and the rain was just going into my eyes. The rain was so heavy. I was all soaking wet, and it was showing 10 minutes left to the place, and I missed the turn on the roundabout. And my navigation showed it's like 45 minutes because I had to keep going on that motorway and until the next junction and then turn back. I cried. I cried that night so much because I think I pushed myself so hard like never before, and it's just the amount of feelings. I felt proud of myself. I felt overwhelmed. I felt happy, but also I felt tired and I felt lonely. And it was the moments where I really had to overcome myself to keep going this. It was not just one riding adventure. It was a keystone for the new life that I started. It was for me to push myself out, way out of my comfort zone. And I would do this again. And I recommend to everyone to do that. One way or the other. Just be scared and do it anyway.